So I was faced with a situation, if I can just tell this story briefly.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah.
The Mark Thompson Show.
I come from regular stock, everyone, just like Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas.
I come from regular stock.
And I normally am happy, for example, just in a Walmart parking lot. I don't need a
I
big...
prefer the Walmart parking lots.
Yeah, I don't need the...
I can really see you in the Walmart parking lot. Like,
I don't need a lavish setup, you know, when I'm going from here to there. But, as you know, I was visiting my parents. And that's a long flight from California to Washington, D.C., where they are.
Yeah, it is.
And even though I come from regular stock, I wanted to save up my money, which I've done, for a first-class ticket.
Oh.
So I'll travel in first class, you know, on United Airlines. Okay? So I check in for my flight, and I get an advisory. And the advisory, this is the day before I'm to leave, this is on the way back, says your airplane, the vehicle that's taking you, I didn't use the word vehicle, whatever they said, your airplane has changed. And as a result, your seat can no longer be guaranteed.
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. They said, at the airport to see what your seat actually will be.
I come from regular stock.
So I come from regular stock, as you know. And so I didn't really worry too much about it. But let me just say, I'd saved up all my magic beans, spent them on this expensive first-class ticket so I could return from the East Coast to California. And I had the show to do. You know, I try to be somewhat well-rested, and I had work to do. So I wanted that first-class seat, so I call United right away. And the United person says, well, it doesn't say here what your new seat is. You're going to have to take this up at the airport. And I said, well, you know, I come from regular stock, I told her.
I come from regular stock.
But I do value that first-class seat, and I have paid for it. This isn't an upgrade. I actually paid for the seat. And she said, oh, I'm sure you'll get a first-class seat, sir, but you'll have to do it at the airport. So I go to the airport yesterday in Washington, D.C., Dulles Airport. And because the aircraft has changed, there aren't as many seats, and there aren't as many first-class seats. And this is clear because the ticket agent is besieged by people, all of whom are in the same situation. It's like the fall of Saigon. I mean, she can't, you know, deal with all of these various demands from all these people. And these are first-classers, okay? So they're used to kind of...
a lot of first-class passengers up on there.
They're kind of used to getting their way.
Wow.
Now, I, of course, am humble.
I come from regular stock.
I'm a regular stock kind of come-from person. So I just approach the platform, and I say, you know, what is the situation? And she says, we will now start looking for volunteers to give up their spots in first class because there are not enough first-class seats. She said, would you be interested in taking a later flight, like tomorrow? Now, a couple of things are going on. First of all, we live, my parents' house, a long way from the airport. So to take a taxi or other car from the airport back to my parents' house would be over $100. It's like $110, $120. And then you have to take it back the next day.
Yeah.
So I said, well, what about the flight later today? She said, I've got a flight later today, but there are no first-class seats. And I said, well, look, I come from regular stock, but
I come from regular stock.
I did pay for that seat, and I'd like to get first class.
Right.
She said, well, I have this offer too. And then they start making this offer over the PA. If you'll give up your seat, we'll give you $2,000 in travel credit. They started at $1,500, then they went to $2,000. And $1,500 didn't have my interest. At $2,000, I'm thinking, pretty close to what I might.
I come from regular
I
stock.
come from regular stock, but you are speaking my language of wanting to move up to less than or more than regular stock. Anyway, so I took the deal, Kim. I took the deal.
You
I took it.
did.
Yes.
Did they give you a check or cash or credit or what? How does it work?
It's credit. They email you, and she sent the email, and it was first $500.
And you're like,
and
no,
I'm
no.
leaving the platform, and she said, "Did you get the email?" I go, "Yeah, but it only says 500." You said, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, yeah, okay.
My bad.
So,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
my bad. I'm sorry. Now, by
You're
the way,
like,
I
you better
do
be
believe.
sorry, lady. I want my 2K.
My bad. I'm sorry.
So look, I traveled back in row 43, and I want to say this about
I come from regular stock.
I didn't have a problem with it, actually. I thought it was going to be much worse than it was. Here's the problem with being on an aisle seat in row 43. You know exactly how many people are on board because they're all slamming into your shoulder one at a time. It's insane. And I was trying to, but everybody's A, so big, and B, to be fair, you have to be a circus performer just to walk up and down the aisle. They're so thin. It's crazy. I mean, you have to, really, you have to be like balletic in the way you walk from your seat to the bathroom. So of course people are being hit. So aside from that, I'd say it was okay. And
There's no
that is-
champagne back on aisle 42 aisle.
no,
Yeah.
no vegan meal for me. The way I would have had in first class. By the way, that
No
is,
picnic.
it's no picnic, no summer camp.
This is no picnic, no summer camp.
That's Stories from the Sky for today. Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.